Is I have a proof of chaos, but I also have something for today, and a little astrology lesson as well, and some insight into the daily regarding Jeff Adachi, his death anniversary. So some of you guys don't know Jeff Adachi was the public defender in San Francisco, and they said that Jeff Adachi went and he had an affair with some woman, and at the restaurant he dropped dead because he had taken chemicals. Now that what I'll say is, if he took any chemical, that could be true, but how was it given to him, right? One of the other things with that is why that specific day to go meet. Ed Lee, the old mayor of San Francisco that passed away, he died on 12/12. Jeff Adachi died 2/22. They thought these numbers were portal functions or floating points that they could go ahead and use in the computer, their dream machine, to go ahead and induce asphyxiation, death through chemical servers and whatnot, which is why chemicals were in people's bodies. Remember that when Jeff Adachi had died, they had gone ahead and they had done a whole entire expose into how he passed away. They were looking for the autopsy report. They said that it was being investigated as a homicide, etc., etc. And then it got very quiet. So then it turned into he took something, etc. There's a lot that's going on around this and it keeps coming up because of what was done in between to create this. Because Jeff Adachi knew something about something that had happened in Fillmore and it caused some chaos. And just continuing from that Fillmore drama earlier, on January 15th, 2015, I went to like a women's group. They were having some type of thing in San Francisco, Fillmore, literally a block from where I was earlier today. On my way home, the quadruple homicide that happened in Fillmore 2015, that same day, had gone on. And I thought it was like fireworks. Later on, I found out somebody died, and I was like, oh, I'm not going to go back to that group because there's something weird about a bunch of you guys getting together and then like people like, pass away. And I say that to say that when I went to the circle, it was not it was like for women that wanted to like eat potluck stuff like that, talk, and then they were also like doing manifestations. It wasn't like spell work with candles and things like that, just writing down what you wanted to manifest. But I really, from that day on, that was like 2015, that day on, even before that, I was always cautious about the different groups and things like that that I went to. But what was exposed by me going there, right, which is going to relate to Jeff Adachi's death, is that those women are a part of a group of white women that Aaron Haney and her brother and them, they run with. Erin is the sister. She's gonna come up with playing games in San Francisco and starting a bunch of stuff and thinking being a black woman is playing with your sexual parts at work. What? And then like listening to trap music and thinking that you're 16. So what ended up happening here is Jeff Adachi's murder was connected to that because he had known some stuff about that and they targeted the wrong hood. So what's going to end up happening here is there's going to be a complete expose of what happened to him in his murder, and what's going to end up going on is that there's going to be a realization that this current virtual reality that's being used, this dream machine that we're talking about, is the reason why this is happening, and so, the reason why this is happening to this person and happened to Edley and happened to Jeff Adachi. And I just wanted to say that on the anniversary of his death, what ended up happening was, I don't know what was going on, but his wife was uploaded to the virtual reality, and people don't know that she saw all that they were doing. He was in the virtual reality. I thought it was very strange. I just thought he was talking from this virtual realm because I felt like he was just here the whole time. I did look into his chart. He has a Leo Virgo placement, and he has a Uranus in Leo, which is interesting. Now that was tipped off, and that was used to go ahead and rattle up that whole chart because Leo runs the heart, and then Uranus in Leo. That's a very strange fire. That transit shouldn't exist. They created this solar system for specific transits to be able to exist that would ensure abominations would exist that they can use the sequence to survive off of and eat. Now that's done. No more abominations. Okay. So now, some of you guys don't know the old mayor of San Francisco passed away because of a heart attack, and London Breed then took over. What's currently happening is London Breed is going to be in a mayor's race with three white men, which is going to be funny because I think there's a type of aquatic warfare. The warfare that they chose to wage on you through a municipality will then be waged on them. In an instant, they lose their seat and position of power to those who are way less thoughtful. Not thoughtful. It's like way more dangerous than herself. She has to endure removal of her position the way she removed it from others. So you never know. She may end up getting hit with Young, London Breed. If it may end up just getting hit with Young. So yeah, they don't have the shirts. This phenomenal woman is Mina Harris, and this is London on Ozempic and taking different pills. Mina Harris is the niece of Kamala Harris, and she did this phenomenal woman campaign or T-shirt, which is Maya Angelou's book of Phenomenal Woman. So now what ended up happening here was they're all involved and connected, and I told you that the California endowment was playing with all of them, and then they tried to play with my work to try to privatize it. It didn't work. Like, oh, they have to do rituals on people to like be able to do that. Oh, nah, people are gonna get hella mad when they hear this. Yeah. So now hella people are finding out about this and getting hella mad. So now what's coming out is where's everyone's money and it's missing. But what's also coming out is this asphyxiation server that they were using and how they were choking people out and causing drama. And I think that it's funny that Mina and them came up because they were playing with Uber, and there's a certain thing that you can do on Uber where you can reroute people's rides, giving them like off-brand like people that like their car is not on the system, so you can't track really what ride that you took. So that's one of the things that they were doing, and it caused hella drama. So yeah, yeah. So whoa, yeah, he's running, and then like there's two other white men that are running. So now what's going to end up happening here is there's going to be a complete exposure of this on the federal level when people start to come in like that was done to us. Havana syndrome is now coming out, anomalous health effects, and people are going to find out that they were using a technology, chemical server, and astrological floating points, but they really didn't know what they were doing because they were calling certain planets. Like, why do you think that you're going to access us digitally? They think that they could just use numbers and access us. Like, oh, I could just code in the computer in a broken system and we should do what they want. And then they're chasing us on planet Earth thinking that our feces and our hair and our blood and things like that and molestation and rape is going to then give them spiritual powers to come and play with floating points. And people are getting hella fucking mad that Asian people are really getting exposed for some of the deepest mental illness on the planet, and they're really getting fucking removed en masse quickly. And what they're going to end up doing, it's going to be a complete separation again between all these countries, like, because that's how it used to be, and to a certain extent. It's going to be a separation. There's not going to be a need for conflict because you've already shown yourself. It's going to be completely that. And then the royal families are going to all come together while those ratchet ones destroy themselves because they're fighting to impress you. Like, oh, if we go get this work, if we do this, we do that, we can impress other people, we can have money and try to dominate them and do this and do that. Why the fuck are you so interested in that? That's why you don't have anything. So now what's coming up is that space got locked up points for all the whites and all the Martians, and they can't play there anymore. So what ends up happening here is it's coming out that there was a few other cases too, and then John something, his daughter Hiroko or whatever, Mayoko, what or whatever, she took over for Jeff Adachi. They were all involved in playing with the computer and starting shit. So now what's gonna go end up happening is yeah, no. What's gonna end up happening is now we're gonna move forward. Now you guys understand the lesson here. Now you guys see what's gonna happen and see what they were doing the whole time and what they were starting. Ed Lee just dropped dead. And it was just to get limited breathing power so they can go launder money and start a bunch of bullshit. And it was to die Lee, and they were playing a bunch of games. And she thought she was cute playing with a bunch of agents until she realized how disgusting they were. And they were going in and out of her house with Chiyoung, making fun of her, laughing at her lifestyle, hacking her fucking phone, making fun of her because she was single, exposing how she was hella jealous of me and playing with Spo with a bunch of goofy bitches. And how she's supposed to be the mayor of San Francisco. And she like hella descended low into like nonsensical like hood shit that she didn't recover from in the 80s and 90s because she set herself up like that. And how they've been set it up because they knew what her brother and all them were doing, and it was just like a big long-term game to like try to make sure black and brown people, we don't have our own game, we don't have our own long-term money, and that we have to like survive like on the enemy for things because this was their plan to play with the computer, but they didn't know how it would come. They were trying to figure out how is this going to come from black people. They try to use us, our labor, slavery, stuff like that. It didn't come. Then they said, oh, you have to play with the octopus, and then this is where they go and eating seafood, and that's why you see them eating crazy ass stuff in Asia like that. It didn't work. And I'm saying, and some of you guys are like this whole anti-Asian thing. Who's the hater? Where's the hate? What are they hating on? What are you doing with Young and playing? Because some of these, woo, baby, there's just a lot going on. Remember, I was talking about these females in Jamaica that were getting clapped out? This is another one. They found she was pregnant. They found her in her freezer. I'm telling you. So yeah, there's a lot going on here, baby. At one point in time, when I'm streaming live, 176 people are here. That's not a lot, but there's going to be more. That's a lot. There's going to be more. Before, remember, they're telling you that my channels are getting only 12 views, 100 views, things like that. That's not true. They're editing my views. Okay, so let's keep on going here. Putin ally, his son drops dead. Okay, good. Chinese chip maker, that's done. Spanish police found his body Russian, playing games with a computer, a bunch of other shit going on, found dead. Long-term Fox anchor dies. Sherry Richards, one of her staff died. He committed suicide. A bunch of shit going on. Okay. Okay. I hope you guys are paying attention to this. That this dude is missing. The funny thing is, he looks exactly like the family that I mentioned because I told you they practice incest in their family and a bunch of shit they were doing. He looks exactly like their family. I'm gonna show you what this female looks like, and when I show you this female, you're gonna be like, "Why do they look alike?" Let me keep his photo open. This is hella explosive. Yeah, he's missing from Virginia Tech. There's a bunch of people missing from different colleges. Get your thing so up in the news. Good. Go investigate their family. Go see what they're doing with your clunkless said board game. Why their sons are missing. Okay, so here, what's gonna end up happening here is let me go pull this up. Yeah. Ooh. Okay, so this is him, and this is her. The one that I told you that they were playing games and their job was to play in the farmers movement and start a bunch of shit with all the black and brown farmers and be like, no, I lived in Peru. Community, they're rapists and they're abusers. He raped me in an ayahuasca ritual, crying to different funders, going to Earth Island Institute, Pioneers, all these other places, starting a bunch of bullshit. Yeah, they all got fucking caught. They all got caught. She used to work at Pioneers. That's how I met her. Started a bunch of drama. That's the first thing that, like, I remember upon meeting her, and then she used the computer on me to become my friend. Yes, but I was like always like distant from her. She started hella shit, robbed somebody's fucking farm. Yeah, playing with this. I don't know. Some of you guys know Maya Blow. She has a farm and she has a cow. Yeah, playing with Maya. You guys, some of you guys that know that name, you know how serious that is. Yeah, playing with Maya and Yasir. Yes, and they just found. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, playing with their family because you guys know that they have like they're like moving stuff around and like helping the community. Yes, playing games, starting a bunch of bullshit. I'm telling you, baby, they got smacked out. She looks exactly like that dude. Their family looks exactly like. Didn't I tell you what? Didn't I tell you that they were gonna get caught? The ear clunkless. There you go. That's why they all look alike because they have sex with each other. They're cousins. Baby, I'm telling you. Whoa! Whoa! Let's keep on going. Yeah. Why could there could be soon be a hiring boom because you're printing from the treasury and you have no money? Imagine somebody like that molesting people's children. They're printing from the treasury and talking about playing with the computer. And this is what you stupid, goofy bitches started when you played with me. Because they said we can play with Daisy since she's activated the most. That was great. We hyped up all these bitches. We started a bunch of shit. We planned this. We planned this. We planned this. And now everyone's like watching this and like, oh, we can say this and we can do that because we have them and this and that. But they didn't like account for common sense and people being like, why the fuck would I not see through that bullshit? Especially with that 37 file, which is another reason why the California endowment imploded. That 37 file is fucking vicious. That spell work with that repetition, so many people got smacked out at work for that. It was over. Done for. You're done here. How dare you start that? Whoa! You want something to be mad about? I know so many people are looking for something to activate them, and it's unfortunate, but this is what's going to activate people and open their eyes and move them higher. I needed to see that. Whoa! Whoa! Yeah, she's talking about that. She's gonna be doing this and doing that. All your clinical families, space data. Be careful with what the fuck they're doing. Talking about solar flares and we're tracking this and we're sending satellites and we're starting this and there's a bunch of crazy ass frequencies flowing on the planet so they can play games. Right, and then they think that they're like some Star 9 Omega or like a green or orange or yellow or whatever alien in space, but you're really just in their clunkle and they're fucking on their dad and starting a bunch of shit. Yeah, a patrol car crashed into the Tennessee River. Him and somebody he arrested. Well, isn't that crazy ending? They will both just go. So I'm proud of being a job hopper, moving from Amazon to Shard databases, Microsoft to Slice, and then Google to then go ahead and form and then get into everything all together by playing with everyone's email. Okay, so now you see what's going on here, why these motherfuckers are hip hopping and starting shit. Okay, so they paid this much in a bid to go ahead and make an ad and stuff like that. Okay, they're moving money around. Okay, so you guys want to keep on eating Super Bowl wings and starting a bunch of shit? Just know that it's birds and stuff like that, and China is really behind a lot of that. They set up like traps for these animals, and this is hella treacherous. Okay, why are people getting paid this much in San Francisco, and what is this? Pitch Global. Yeah, please go and like read this and go see what the fuck they got started. Him on YouTube. Yeah, with all everyone's money. Yeah, yeah, yep, with everyone's money. $102 million to drive the future of AI. Where are you getting all this money from? Boeing, they make planes, spacecraft, all kinds of stuff, removes Ed Clark from the head of the 737 program. Why? Because they were using the metals to go play games with computer chips to go play with pedophilia. Okay, so let's keep on going. US is now offering $15 million just to have something to talk about, but I'm telling you, you're going to end up opening a can of worms that you really wish you shouldn't have. And the Department of Justice just appointed somebody like the head of AI security and stuff like that. He's going to get smacked out and somebody's going to get replace him in the next 4 weeks. So how do you feel about that? Actually, I'm feeling quite gully, so let me do 3 weeks. Actually, I really want to show you my hand, so let me give him the tower times the 10 of swords times the king of swords reversed, and that's times the queen of wands. I'm gonna use the queen of swords and the king of pentacles. Okay, and then the king of pentacles is crossed by that king of swords in the upright, but it's like amplified to the emperor. I'm just gonna use the emperor. Okay, so let's go ahead and use that and let's see how fast you get out that job. Let's go. So now more people are dying because they're playing games. Okay, Nigeria's talking about blocking crypto. There's gonna be a big ass war. Just stop starting shit. Okay, so now there's deadly fungus infection that eats through your blood vessels because people are playing with chemicals and shit is just reacting and mutating and morphing. A lot of this is not new. A lot of this is just because chemicals are in the sky, in the water, and in the food. And you're eating junk just to play in that daily. That's what gets your that's what knocks your socks off. Well, let me knock your top off. So now it says Oakland receives $3.4 million to expand community policing. For who? Because I'm also going to tell you another thing with this community policing and all you people that are security guards, you're about to find something out about you getting blocked from law enforcement and getting blocked from working in these community policing programs and some of the stuff that's about to come out because of what you were doing. And I just wanted to say that something really ratchet happened in Oakland just the other day that everyone's talking about, which is a security guard getting smacked out because some of these security guards, I'm just going to keep it real, you guys are taking your job too seriously. And when I say you need to just slow down, you just need to slow down. You're doing too much, and I have a feeling that something treacherous is going to happen out of Ross very soon in Oakland. Okay, okay. Yeah, data protections. All these companies, all these countries are gonna go on their own servers and stuff like that and stop using all this stuff and build out their own stuff. But they need help. And all these countries, if they want to get involved with us, especially Africa, we can just give them a system where they can just print their own like currencies and things like that and like build up their economy. And just we have a storage of value, which are different floating points that we bring down in space. And from that floating point, we can just code like the logarithm to carry databases that have preset storage and value that's like already like that's quantified through the intelligence like of the planet, right? Like you can bring down the code for gold. The sun is not necessarily that. It's like a whole different planet, and you can create storages of values using asteroids and stuff like that. All that too. You can even like use constellation stars. Like I can go into the it's a belt in the constellation of Leo at the head. I believe it's Regulus. And you're gonna go ahead into Regulus, and then you could use that those three stars to go ahead and bring down floating point values that will then translate into a specific monetary value by going ahead and activating a specific type of like ABC and then and Python. I call it Abachython, right? So ABC Python, Abachython. You wouldn't call it Python, which is like basic, because basic and ABC are related. And that's just for a little bit of you guys that just heard this about the Daily, and you're about to go expose the fuck out of that Python because that's spell work. So now what's going to go ahead and happen here is we're going to go ahead and keep on going. Okay. So Activate has a new partnership with the U.S. Department of Commerce and National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration to go play in the ocean and go play with these animals and go start more nonsense with these aquatic beings, which is going to get somebody smacked out 6 ways to Sunday because these aquatic beings are bringing very vicious, demonic ass magic. Let me help you. Okay. So now let's keep on going. Yeah, CARICOM, just like they have AFRICOM. And this is the president of Guyana going ahead and talking about some, oh, well, people want to come into Guyana and take land from the specific blacks. Don't worry, that's never going to happen. Please don't start that. And he was working with Argentina, the other country, the whole time. And these are Indians that come into Guyana and play. Okay. Yeah, people are wondering if the Kardashians are desperate for money. When are they not? Because they're say that she's selling a dirty Birkin bag. Of course. Yeah. Yeah, they put all their money up. Well, it is what it is. Yeah, some of these people that are playing games on here and investing in some of these people, they have direct ties to this dream machine and playing in technology, and that's how hella people got caught up. Because I sent that out. Yeah, how did he win the Powerball? He's been in the news hella much. This dude who won the Powerball because they use it to launder money for a bad cartel and start a bunch of shit. It's not CGJN cartel. No. Yeah, yeah, it has something to do with Tijuana and Mary. Let me look at this. Yeah, you guys know it has something to do with that, but you know those shirts, Hecho in Mexico, Hecho in this. One of these towns that is involved in this nonsense in Mexico, in Spanish America, it's on those T-shirts. That's how you can find it. There's two of them, and it's that those shirts started a big ass war. Whoa, how did you remember that? I'm telling you, I grew up in the hood. You really have no idea what I've seen, man. Top speed. So here, Yeah, Biden is in the Bay. Okay, good. Closing their first VC fund, 22 million dollars where, and everyone's getting chiong, and people's houses are getting sold, and their children are screaming and fighting and beefing in there, and their children are adults, and then they're getting fired from their job and stuff like that when their parents are being like harassed and stuff like that for their house and all their money and their farms. This is what you guys had gotten started with this because they felt like, oh, we can play with Daisy, and then Daisy's gonna have to give us this technology, and then we can use it on all of you guys. What the fuck are you talking about, bitch? You're gonna get shot in your fucking head. They treat you like a worker, show them the boss in you, period. Fucking on her dad and starting a bunch of shit. Yeah, thinking that they're playing with spell work and stuff like that. All these whites, good. These are the main ones that are playing games and starting a bunch of bullshit. Playing in everyone's bank account. So how does this hash reaction work? What is the storage value? Are you getting the electricity from? Where's that database at? What are those equations that you're using? How do you run the logarithm to then go ahead and like run your Python and run your right, run your math? Where's your math at? Because I just showed you what you can do with AXI. You just bring down Quaddle, and then the Quaddle allows you to bring down like a higher level of electricity that you can run and convert in the hash rate. What are you doing? Or oh, you're using chemical servers. Okay, so that's the case, and they can do that too, but they don't have to get servers and several different satellites and several different offices and shit like that. No. So that means that you guys are done. You're done. Okay, then you're playing. And AT&T getting hit, and there's another thing I need to talk about. AT&T got hit, smacked out, it made it straight to the feds, and someone said it's Daisy doing it with her like coding tutorials. Like, you're not paying attention. She just did one yesterday, and then boom, she just said that she's going to code these tarot cards. And look at this right here. You're not paying attention. Like, the tarot cards are running everything because you're playing with spell work with white people, and you're playing with people of color, and it's showing you something about the reality that we're in. You're not supposed to be playing with us spiritually, especially not with children sexually. That's gonna get you castrated. So now what's happening here is the complete exposure of what they're looking for too in that, thinking that they were going to use us as floating points. Like, oh, they have a chemical in their body of melanin and we can do this and that. It's not that special, but what the fuck are you talking about, bitch? What are you starting? And that's what you hoes get because everyone watched this progress from one level to another to another to another with you hoes playing. Now you can't take your hand out of it. You got caught. Perfect. Internet outages map, another one. I put this on playing. They brought this up too right on time. Playing. Did they get the right person? No. It's probably somebody that they already had to arrest and just blamed him. Yeah. Justice Department names first AI officer as new technology tests law enforcement. Marijuana contamination being blamed for illnesses. Some of them fatal. Why not? Because they're mixing it with fentanyl. Because the cannabis is deactivated. Why? Because you're playing with people of color. Okay. Good. So secure $64 million. Where? How? Because remember, you're gonna have to like show that money for real. Oh, I forgot about that. People are gonna ask about that. It's okay because in a minute you're gonna find out that oh well you can have your money because we have our own. And then that's where the real problem is going to come for you because you now have to be in front of honorable ass people and be like, oh yeah, we stole a lot of money and we tried to take yours. I'm sorry, but we need your computer because ours is broken. You just can't take our server. No one took your server, it just broke because it was being run off bullshit. Yeah, pitch global. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. You mean to tell me, yes, so they can play with your children sexually. They think that they're gonna do it all at once. Like Handmaid's Tale, bitch. Because of what you started with tarot cards. Playing with fucking bitches that are on crack. Every single bitch that started this, she's on crack. Ashara was once on crack. Desiree is on crack. Her husband smokes crack. Brandy is on crack. She smoked crack. They're chemical demons. Gavin Newsom and them, Matt Haney, they're on fentanyl. They're on crack. This is gonna come up too with people's poetry being stolen and a bunch of shit when you speaks. Done for. Yeah, after all of that, just, oh, now we're shutting down. Now this is happening. Oh, they don't work here anymore. You guys keep on seeing this shit progress. They did what they did. They just couldn't like answer to it because they were all playing with spell work. Okay. IPOs. Let's do it hiding in IPOs. Why do you need IPO? Your company's not worth anything. It's a white supremacist trash website. What the fuck is this type of like being? This thing is from space. It's disgusting. Somebody made this and thought they'd be like, oh, I don't have a mate in space, so this one will be my mate. And they brought this disgusting thing to the planet. And you guys think that we're gonna play with this thing and it's going and playing with our children sexually, and you think that this is a joke, and you think that you're not gonna get smacked out playing in that aquatic realm. Let me help you. Oh, sorry. Some of you guys saw a certain thing with charges. I'm just gonna say that somebody got some documents, gang injunction documents online, which is another thing. How are they leaking all these documents from all the cases and charges? Jeff Adachi, and this is why this bullshit got started in Tower Side, because somebody leaked all these gang injunctions and all these documents and shit like that about Tower Side, and it started a bunch of shit. It wasn't just Tower Side; it's a bunch of hoods all at once and just started a bunch of shit. Okay. Yeah, solar flare causes worldwide communication blackout. No, it wasn't a solar flare. Thank you. But if it was a solar flare, if it was, look at that 18. That's gonna come up again with this. Now, didn't I say that I was gonna code the sun card and the moon card onto the computer, and then you're gonna see proof of it? Isn't this not here? Now they're saying that the sun did it. The sun did do it, right? But didn't I just tell you that I was gonna code that in my last video? That was what we coded: the sun card and the moon in the tarot demonstration. So now what's going to end up happening here is you guys are also going to see something else that came up. This female started something at SF State and got hit the fuck up because her family was playing with the dream machine on campus and started a war. And she's so disgusting. There's a female that looks like this at the feds that was starting a bunch of shit with black and brown men. She got straight fucking fire. She kind of looks like this. They're the same blonde, disgusting white woman that don't understand people are not attracted to them. Go have sex with your dad. So now, look at what got started here. Okay, doesn't that look like Castle? Okay, good. Didn't I tell you that they were playing with magic? Okay. Oh, there was something that I saw today and I took a picture of it. Um, Wait, what happened to my camera? It was a bus. What the heck? Oh, my photo was gone. I took a picture of a bus. I was like waiting, and there was a bus, and the bus said the bus was the 19 Polk, and it had my birthday on it. I don't know why this is not in my phone. That's very strange. I took that picture this morning. Okay. Well, that's what ended up happening. That's very unfortunate. But I said that that was going to come up again too, that you guys will see proof of the tarot cards coming out. I feel like something else is going to end up happening. So anyways, you guys, that's all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you